Hi there, Mark Jaben, Medical Director for the Haywood County Health Department, and let's talk about this pandemic. Time again for our weekly update, and this is being recorded on Thursday, June 11th. First off, to continue with our kudos to local businesses, uh, some of whom are doing really great work making their places of business as safe as possible. As far as restaurants, I'd like to shout out to Southern Porch in Canton and Birchwood Hall in Waynesville. Nicely done. Nicely done. Grocery stores, a shout out to Food Lion and Publix, and Ingles seems to have a good system in place as well. Kudos to each of you. And as for fast food places, Chick-fil-A is doing great work. Nicely done. Thanks to the Chamber of Commerce for supporting these efforts with kudos. And now on to the numbers. In North Carolina, hospitalizations, deaths, and cases are all up, especially in the western regions. The R0 has now climbed to 1, reflecting the increase in those cases and meaning that spread will continue at this current rate. For context, New York and New Jersey, both really hard-hit places, well, their R0s are now down to about 0.78 as they come off their peaks. Buncombe is seeing these increases too. And most notable is Macon County, where a few weeks ago they were around 3 cases, now up to nearly 160 cases, most emanating from one church, but others as well. That's a doubling rate of 2 to 3 days over the past 2 weeks. This is a very concerning situation over there. Jackson County has had an increase, although to a much lesser degree. Over the past couple weeks, Swain has added a few cases. And over in Tennessee, our neighbor, Cott County, has also had a few cases over the past couple weeks. But Sevier County, which includes Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, has shown a sharp increase over these past couple weeks. Tennessee, South Carolina, Florida, all increasing in cases, and Georgia is up slightly. Here in Haywood County, however, this has been an encouraging week. 2 weeks ago, we were at 48 cases, and now we are at 65. But new cases, there have been no new cases since Monday of this week. The doubling rate, which was getting worrisome at around 5 days then, now is almost out to 8 days. And the percent of positive tests of those tested down a bit to about 4.7%, again reflecting the decrease in the cases this week. So, could we be coming off the spike that started early May? Well, it's possible. Visits for COVID-like illness across North Carolina is flat. Here it's ticked up just a little bit. And we'll see if this trend persists. Remember, the incubation period of 14 days makes that the really critical period that we need to get through to see if this trend actually persists. But in any event, this speaks to the good work so many of you are doing and to the businesses doing their part to make our community a safe place. And yet, there are plenty of cautionary tales out there. Maricopa County, which is the Phoenix area of Arizona, the past 2 weeks has accelerated so much that it's pushing their hospitalization and ICU capacity to the brink. It can change that fast. So keep doing your part. It's the best way to keep this trend headed in the direction we want. And let those businesses know how much you appreciate their efforts with your feet. Walking in if you like what you see, and walking out if you don't. And I'd also like to make mention of a story you may have heard about. The hair salon in Missouri where an infected symptomatic worker with cough infected another worker and both kept working, seeing customers up close and personal. 140 people were exposed. 46 agreed to be tested. None turned out to be positive. The rest were quarantined and followed by public health, and none developed symptoms. Contrast that with the choir that I mentioned before in Washington State, where 45 of 60 were infected, despite trying to be appropriately socially distanced. So what was the difference here? Well, in the Missouri salon, everyone was wearing a mask, workers and customers alike. Now, it can't be conclusively proven that the masks made the difference. You can draw your own conclusions. So keep doing the 3 W's, keep showing an IQ, keep practicing the golden rule of gathering. Be well and be careful, especially now.